Can you believe how fast the first quarter flew by? Like, we're already about to start May. In quarter two, in the next few weeks, we're gonna go over the results from quarter one, what worked, what we accomplished, and some of the lessons along the way that maybe didn't go so well, but we're gonna get it together for quarter two. Welcome back to Keeping Up with Kat. We are about 2 weeks away from May. That being said, let's start off with the first quarter result. Professionally, guys, we have reached, as of today, 140 subscribers. I started this channel about a year ago, and I would never have imagined that I would be seeing 140 subscribers to my channel. Even starting my YouTube channel itself, I was shy, I was scared, intimidated. I'm like, what if nobody views this stuff? What if nobody likes it? What am I gonna talk about? What kind of content am I gonna create? What value can I bring to others on this platform and channel? I was a little nervous because I didn't have a lot of experience in editing and creating things, how to set the camera up and how to show up in front of the camera without stuttering, and just being also myself and bringing my own personal personality and uniqueness into it. And that can be a little intimidating, putting yourself out there, putting your life out there sometimes. And I remember kind of just putting up my first 1 or 2 videos and just seeing like 0 views and 0 likes, and my boyfriend would be the only person who liked it, or like my friends, I'd tell them like, hey, I just put a video out, do you guys mind clicking like the like button just to kind of help a girl out? Now we are here. I appreciate all the love and support from the subscribers that I do have. I can't wait to see where we are at after quarter two, but this is a perfect example of celebrating those small wins. Although 140 subscribers may not sound like a lot to many, the girl started off with 0. So to see that growth and taking that time to reflect on that, I thank you guys. I thank God and all this to be able to give me that courage to take that leap of faith and even just put myself out there to begin with. And yeah, the biggest lesson that I learned with creating content and even getting to this point and milestone is consistency. It's establishing that foundation of getting comfortable, showing up, talking to the camera, posting things, getting into the routine of editing. How long does editing take? That was what my first quarter was about, and just being able to build that foundation. Quarter two is kind of more of like type of videos and content and creativity I want to be able to bring to the platforms. Also still being myself and not getting caught up in the trends or losing myself, just this whole social media thing. But I wanted to be real. I wanted to stay real to my beliefs, real to what I want to bring. And I've always wanted to motivate and inspire others on their journey as well through this content creation. The biggest lesson I can say, if you are starting off to start your channel, don't be afraid to put yourself out there. But when you're first starting off, don't worry too much about the likes, the subscribers, the views. Do it because you want to do it and you want to be creative and share that with others, but don't focus too much on it. That would be my biggest advice. Another thing I talked about at the beginning of the year was to work on my collaborations with Amazon. Although that has been going well, it has been a little bit slow in that department. But I can say professionally, I didn't expect to get from quarter one was getting 3 gifted collaborations in my first quarter. I had gotten the opportunity to partner with a few different brands where they gifted me a product, and in exchange, I would do a review or a video for them that I would post on TikTok. The fact that I even started receiving those emails, I'm like, wow, I've gotten to this point now. And it's a learning curve. There's definitely a lot of things that I still feel like I need to learn when it comes to working with different brands, how to pitch myself, how to create certain different now content styles and editing when it comes to those videos. And I think the one that I am most proud of is through those gifted collaborations, they opened the door to receiving my first invitation to a paid collaboration. Now, although that does sound great, there's still a learning curve when it comes to pitching your rates and knowing your worth and how much your standard fee is for a specific video. And it can be a little intimidating setting that standard for yourself, knowing your value and not selling yourself short. It's your time that is setting up content for yourself. You're shooting things yourself. You're setting up the camera. You're also editing yourself. And if you work a full-time, that's time that you are taking out of your day to do that while also living like your normal life. So I did stick to my guns a little bit, and the brand that I ended up getting that paid collaboration invitation from decided to go in a different direction, which is completely okay. It was a little sad to kind of see them not go through with what I countered offered with, but blessed to even have that opportunity to be able to say that. But who knows, we may secure one in Q2. That's the goal. We gonna manifest that. We gonna speak that into existence. Now, transitioning over to my personal goals. Your girl lost over 16.2 pounds since the end of December, where I actually became really serious in my nutrition and really showing up every day, working out, doing at least 45 minutes a day, getting those 10K steps, trying to drink more water. Looking back to see where I started and where I am now, I started at 174.8 pounds, the heaviest I've ever been in my entire life. I was starting to have health problems, and I know that a lot of that came from being in a depressive state of mind. Wasn't eating the best, I wasn't resting the best, I was sick a lot, and to be able to show up not only for myself but for my family as well. What does that change look like? Well, that started off with me waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning, doing a 45-minute strength training workout through Beachbody with Shaun T. While that was working, I still wasn't seeing the numbers move as much as I wanted to. I invested in a walking pad that I can put underneath my standing work desk to get those 10 to 15K steps and get my body moving. From there, I said, you know what? Okay, my body is responding to this a lot better. What else can I do besides maybe walking while I'm working? Because that can get a little boring after a while. I looked into Grow with Jo, who's on YouTube, and I saw how her body was transforming literally through just walking and doing low impact exercises, just body movements for about 30 to 45 minutes a day. And that's when the weight started to shed off of my body. So incorporating strength training and also that cardio aspect to where I am today, and we're at 158 pounds. I'm gonna take that momentum that we built in the first quarter and transition that into tackling Q2 and obtaining those goals. So what does that look like? First goal is to lose another 15 pounds by the end of this quarter, which will bring me to about 143 pounds. I think it's completely doable. I just know that I have to be consistent. Try not to become overly obsessed with the number on the scale, but to go based on measurements of my body. As a woman, your weight is gonna fluctuate throughout the month. So that's my biggest goal, and being consistent with actually getting up in the morning at 5 a.m. and not being lazy and turning the snooze button on, because it can be really easy to just do that and fall off the wagon. Second goal is to sell at least 5 oregano plants. In order for me to achieve that, I've started propagating the cuttings from my original mom plant. So by the time spring comes, I'll have enough inventory. Those orders start rolling in, I want to be able to just dish them out. I think it's completely doable, but we shall see. My third goal would be to reach 200 subscribers on YouTube. What does that look like? It looks like me continuing to post maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Just kind of see how my audience responds, what kind of content you guys like to see. If you guys want to comment down below any ideas I can use that you guys would want to see more of, I'd be happy to look at those and kind of spark that creativity for me. For my spiritual journey, I did want to start reading the Bible more. I listen to the audio, but I don't think that it hits the same as when you actually sit down and read it yourself. Once I started reading the Bible, I will say, you really realize how gangster people were back then. Stories in the Bible is crazy, but it also teaches you how to respond to curveballs that life throws at you. I do want to get a little bit better in that. So I think that that will be something I'll work on in the next quarter. All these goals are definitely achievable. The biggest key is time management for sure. Being able to manage my time, but also still giving myself enough grace to know that not everything is going to be accomplished in 24 hours. That's just the reality of it. I think organization is also going to be a key factor in this, and setting up like a morning and evening routine to keep myself accountable as well. And discipline is going to help me surpass those days where I don't feel like doing certain things. But we all know we can't go based off of feelings. Feelings don't always work to our advantage most of the time. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next time.